Now, what happens when love becomes a death sentence? I ask this because in Pakistan, that's exactly what has happened. Pakistan is reeling from yet another brutal honor killing. A young couple murdered in cold blood. What for? What was their crime? Loving each other against the will of their families. A chilling video has surfaced from Balochistan. It shows a young woman and a man being led into a desert, SUVs parked nearby, men with guns standing and elders merely watching. The woman is then handed a copy of Quran. She turns to the man next to her and says, and I quote here, "Come walk 7 steps with me. After that, you can shoot me." The man follows her for a few steps. According to local police officials, the woman did not cry or seek mercy. She said, and I quote her, "You are allowed only to shoot me, nothing more than that," she says in the regional Brahvi language. It's unclear what she meant by nothing more than that. The man then aims a pistol at her as she turns her back, wrapped in a shawl. She stands still as shots are fired. She remains standing after 2 shots, dropping to the ground after the 3rd shot. What follows is a series of gunshots. The footage then shows a bloodied man lying near her body. Then men are shown firing at both the bodies. The couple, whose only fault was that they married without their family's approval, without their consent, and were reportedly called to the village under the pretext of a meal, only to be sentenced to death by tribal council. This graphic video has unleashed shock, grief, and rage across Pakistan. Several actors and singers have called it a national emergency, describing the incident as heartbreaking brutality. But for many in Pakistan, this is not new. Just last week, a woman was reportedly killed by her uncle, again in the name of honor. Earlier this month, 2 men were shot dead in Karachi's Mangipur. In January, a US-born girl was murdered by her father in Quetta. What for? For having a TikTok account. Honor killings continue in Pakistan, while governments promise action that rarely arrives. In the aftermath of the Balochistan video going viral, Balochistan's chief minister said that 11 suspects were arrested and a case has also been filed. But the question is, will justice truly be served? Families have long used the idea of honor as a weapon against young people, especially against women. And oftentimes, tribal councils dictate life and death as culture becomes an excuse for murder in Pakistan and the law turns a blind eye. Estimates say around 1,000 honor killings take place every year across Pakistan, and that is according to Human Rights Watch and the United Nations. Official data shows that in 2024 alone, just last year, 405 honor killings were recorded by the Human Rights Commission of Pakistan. In most cases, the victims are women, murdered by their own fathers, brothers, husbands or uncles, all in the name of protecting family honor. What's shocking is that less than 2% of suspects are convicted. In some provinces, the rate is virtually zero, and that's due to social pressure, legal loopholes, and what is called forgiveness clause. In 2016, Pakistan passed a law making honor killings non-compoundable, removing the forgiveness loophole. Yet, enforcement remains weak. UN Women, Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch call it a persistent human rights crisis in Pakistan. They have constantly urged Pakistan government to uphold its obligations under the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. But this social evil persists, driven by deep-rooted patriarchy, tribal councils, weak laws, fear of social ostracization, and government reluctance to confront powerful religious lobbies. Of course, the officials condemn each incident publicly and then promise justice each time. But in reality, police often collude with perpetrators or avoid registering cases under societal pressure. As a result, most cases go underreported and survivors rarely find any kind of protection in Pakistan.